Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anna and today is my last update for my Pandit palette for this year. It's the Norvina palette by ABH and you can see she's quite beat up at the moment. I have really used her a lot and the packaging is not holding up the best. So in the back you can see the original color and yeah, it was a quite nice purple, but it completely, I don't know, faded on the front. I think it's because it got so much powder and other things on top so that the original color is just not seen anymore. And when I try to clean it, I feel like it makes it even more faded, so it's not really helping. So I just stopped cleaning it because it's really on its last legs now. Okay, so before I show you what my palette is currently looking like, I have to show you some insert footage that I recorded a few weeks ago because I decided to franken an eyeshadow in here. Or actually, it were two eyeshadows in here. So I've decided that I don't want to use eccentric anymore in the way that it is at the moment because the color just doesn't look good on me and I never ever wanted to reach for it. So I just couldn't make myself reaching for it and I didn't want to force myself anymore to use eyeshadows that I don't like. And I just don't like this color on me. There's nothing wrong with the formula. And I've decided to create another eyeshadow with it, to franken it, and to not just toss it, but to really use it up, but in a frankened form. So frankening eyeshadows means that you just put different eyeshadows together and create your own eyeshadow. So that's what I did. I took the Sultry palette and I just added some black because I thought I can't really go lighter and then cooler. So my main goal was to create a more cool toned eyeshadow and I thought the easiest way to do it is to add some black and to make it a dark, almost black, dark brown, dark cool toned brown. That was my goal. And so I added the black from the Sultry palette. I thought I'd keep it within the ABH family so that the formula is very similar. And then I decided to also add some of the brown in there. And then I decided to also go in with the rest of Passion that I had left in the palette. I thought if I'm now creating a really dark matte eyeshadow, it would be easier if I just have one to work on. So I mixed everything together and you can see it turned out perfectly. It is exactly the perfect dark cool tone brown that I imagined and I was so happy to get it. It was incredible how good it worked. But there was one thing happening and it has some little cracks and then I kind of dropped it, but on my desk, so not on the floor, but from a bit higher on my desk, and it shattered. And then I kept still using it because it wasn't unusable. I just had to be very careful with it. But a few days ago, I've decided to repress it again to be able to show it better to you. So now let me show you how my palette has been looking like in the beginning and then throughout the updates and then what my palette is looking like at the moment. So this is where we're at now and I'm so happy with the progress. So the only eyeshadows that I have left are Dazzling, only here in the corners, and I kind of saved it because I love this eyeshadow. I used it a ton on my lower lash line again. I just love, love, love this eyeshadow. This must be one of my favorites in this palette. This one, Rose Gold, and I think actually Drama. They are my favorites in this palette. So I saved a little bit for the end of the year, and I just wanted to have at least one metallic left in this palette for like the finishing process. Then I do have Soul left, and you can see one corner is completely empty, so I only have 3 corners left. And I feel like now at this point, how much there is left, it's probably like, I don't know, 3 to 5 uses left in this. Then here we have Incense. This one here I have used a ton together with my new dark brown. So I love just applying this one in my crease, and then this one, because I have to use up so much of it in such a short time, I've really started to using it as an all over eyeshadow. So I did a dark brown smoky eye very often for me, because I usually don't do it that much, but I love it. So it's a look I really, really like on me, and now I'm kind of forced to do it, so it's pretty fine for me. So this is a perfect combination. This in my transition and in my crease, and then this all over the lid and also in the crease, and really smoked out. And then Volatile is the next one that is left. We have only 2 corners left. This is the easiest one for me. It's just my everyday shade, so I use it a lot when I have to work or when I just want to have a pretty basic neutral look. So this one is really, really easy for me to use, so I think it won't be a problem in the next few days to use it up. And then the last shade, of course, is my new Franken eyeshadow, and this one, I mean, let's be honest, it's a dark brown matte, so it's not the easiest one to use up in a short amount of time, but I'm here for it because I want to finish this whole palette. It was my goal. It's the whole point of frankening this eyeshadow is so that I could really use up all the eyeshadows in here and not leave one behind. So I'm really determined to finish this one. I don't know if I can exactly finish it until the last day of December. So if my finale won't be up on the 31st of December, be sure that it will be up in the first week of January when I have completely finished it. But I don't want to post the finale and have, you know, like half of this eyeshadow left. I really want to have the whole palette finished, and if it takes me 1 week more, I will give it this week because I just want to be finished with this whole palette. So I feel like that's just my goal and I want to do it. So I hope that you bear with me and that it's okay for you if my finale will be a bit later than I anticipated it. But yes, the result will be worth it, I promise you. So again, we have only 5 eyeshadows left, and I think it's totally doable now. So this eyeshadow actually is the perfect shade for me. So it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't a coincidence, it was on purpose. I created an eyeshadow that has pretty much exactly the color of my hair, so that I could also use it in my brows and also in my hairline. So I haven't done that by now, but I think it would really help me get more use out of it, and because I really want to use it up, you know, I want to speed things up a bit and use it in more different ways. So that was always kind of my, you know, my thought behind it, because I knew, I mean, if I would only use it as a deepening shade on my lids, I couldn't use up this entire pan. But because, you know, I can use it in so many different ways, so as a liner, as, you know, a smoky eye, a deepening shade, in my brows, in my hairline, I feel like there's so many different ways that I can really make a lot of progress. And, you know, I have hit pan again, and the pan is now way more shallow than it has been after the repressing process. So now I would say I'm going to show you some looks that I've created in the last weeks. And you can see that I've done a lot of the same looks over and over because I just love doing some neutral looks, and I love using Soul together with my Riviera palette. And then the last few looks, you can see the new eyeshadow that I've created, the dark brown. So they're all kind of looking the same because I always use this dark brown in the outer corner or as a liner or whatever. But I just love this eyeshadow, so it really works good for me. But you can see I have created so many beautiful looks, and yeah, I just love this palette still. and I'm excited to still work with it. At the moment, I don't feel like I need any more companion eyeshadows or a companion palette or anything. It was really nice to use my Jungle Lights palette with it, but it only lasted, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and then I got bored with it, and then I kept using other eyeshadows. So that's it. That's my last update. And I'm sorry that it took me so long to film this update, but I like to do these kind of live updates in the end of my videos because I feel like only the people that are really interested are watching until this point. So my mom was in the hospital and she had to do a little surgery, and she's totally fine and she's recovering really good, but I had to take care of her when she left the hospital, so I had to help her in the household and everything, and it was a bit time consuming, and also my work has been a bit stressful and a bit crazy in the last weeks, and so I just wasn't able to film. It was like all my energy and my time I've had to put into caring for my mom, and yes, that's why I took a little break from filming again. And the next video you will see will be my Pandas Eyeshadows finale. I couldn't film another update and I couldn't do another round of eyeshadows, so I'm just going to finish it. So keep an eye out for that if you don't want to miss it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being in this project with me together, to follow along my project and to keep me motivated and everything. And I hope your projects are going well. Thank you all so much for watching. I wish you all a beautiful day.